Hey everybody, I'm the Linux Gamer, and I just figured I'd make a 1 year anniversary video. I'm going to answer some of the questions that have been most asked by the community. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. First question is, how long have you been a Linux user? I've been a Linux user off and on since the release of Fedora 8. I became a full-time Linux user around Ubuntu 9.10. I think that was in 2009, I believe. Before I jumped on the Ubuntu train, Linux was just kind of a curiosity. I had no real reason to use Linux other than I thought the open source free software and the principles behind it were cool. But with Karmic Koala, I was like, oh, I get it. I understand now. I don't have to be a coder to use Linux. So I get asked all the time what distro I use. On my desktop, I use Ubuntu GNOME, and on my laptop, which is, AMD afflicted, as I've coined it, on my laptop, I use Xubuntu because it's lightweight and cool. I use Ubuntu because it's what developers target when they're making AAA games, and because I think it's stable, efficient, and easy to use. I get asked this question a lot. Have you ever reviewed a game you don't like? No. I've reviewed a few games that I didn't love, but the problem is I have a hard time playing games I don't like, and I have an even harder time writing about games I don't like. I make sure that if developers give me a copy of their games, I have the option to not review it, rather than write a negative review. That's not really something that's in the scope of my channel, is negative reviews. Like if a game is released and I have the chance to play it and it is like absolute garbage and they're charging like full like $60, I'll say, hey, don't get this game. But writing an objective review of a game that runs 5 to 7 minutes long, I don't have the will to write a negative review, to put that time and effort into making a video about it. What's the best part of doing YouTube? Viewer feedback. I love viewer feedback. You guys have been so amazing. You've been so supportive and so enthusiastic about my videos, and I really, really, I mean, it means the world to me to have you guys say such nice things about my videos. Sometimes I'll do my videos and I'll watch them like a month later. I'm like, what was I talking about? This is the dumbest thing ever. But I mean, you guys have been consistently upbeat and very kind and generous with your even your constructive criticism. It's amazing, and I really truly appreciate it. I've only had a handful of negative comments. I remember one guy, and I can't remember his name or what video it was about, but I had just come back from the dentist, and my anesthetic was wearing off. Novocaine was wearing off, and I had to do my voiceover because I had no time the rest of the week, and I was just barely, kind of numb like this. Anyway, I get that video done and up on YouTube, and I'm like, damn, I sound like I have like jowls. I sound fat. And there was a guy on Reddit who was like, man, you can really hear this guy's jowls in the voiceover. And I thought it was so funny because I had thought the exact same thing. So yeah, that's like my favorite negative comment, and I don't think it was that negative. What's the worst part of doing YouTube? I get this question quite a bit, actually, which is surprising. I think my least favorite part of doing YouTube is recording footage of the games, because at least for me, I don't think that playing with a mouse, especially in first-person shooters, looks good. I play with a controller for most of my videos because the relative versus the one-to-one motion just looks smoother and cleaner on film, which makes playing games really tedious. And I play even if it's not a first-person shooter. I play games differently when I'm recording footage, and it's just tedious. This is a question from Ramon on Patreon. How long does it take you to do a video? It depends on the game, it depends on the genre of the game, but typically I spend about 16 to 20 hours on a video, and that includes playing the game. Typically my schedule is, after work I'll play the game after dinner until about 7 o'clock, and then I'll do it 2 or 3 times in the week, just capturing footage. Generally by Friday, I'll have my review started, mostly completed. I like to have my script done by Sunday afternoon because I will record my voiceover on a Sunday, and then I spend Monday, which I usually have off from work, I'll spend Monday editing my video. And it goes up on Tuesdays. And I'd say that Monday I typically spend 6 to 8 hours editing my videos. It depends on the type of game. If it's a real-time strategy, those typically edit really quick, because there are certain cues in the interface I can use to hone in on where I remember like a clip that I want to use. Like BitTrip Runner is the same way, like where it's always, you're following the sequence of events, and I just kind of know where I need to be. But if it's like a first-person shooter, it's a lot harder to edit, to find the clips that I need and to put them into place. This is a question from Jacob Dorn on Patreon. He asks, what game or games do you always come back to? Right now, Cities Skylines, which should be tomorrow's review. Also, just about every Unreal Tournament game. They're my absolute favorite games. I love Unreal Tournament. And competitive local multiplayer game, Towerfall Ascension. Towerfall Ascension is absolute. It's perfection. I love Towerfall. I play it with my friends every time I get a chance to. There are a ton of games that I love, but if I need to sit down and play just a game to have fun, it's going to be one of these 3. Who am I kidding? It's going to be Cities Skylines. I love Cities Skylines. What's one thing that I love most about GNU and Linux? I like the fact that people like Linus Torvalds, Mark Shuttleworth, Richard Stallman, Gabe Newell, they can all do their own thing with this marvelous piece of software that we have. The viral freedom of the GPL, that's my favorite thing about it. People are allowed to do whatever they want. There's no gatekeeper. There's no one, controlling from the top down. I like just the diversity and the healthy ecosystem of the Linux community. All right. So this one is also from Jacob Dorn on Patreon. What's your favorite hobby besides gaming? I have a ton of hobbies. I'm a musician, as you can see up there. I play guitar. I play drums. I sing. I write poetry. That's pretty cool. I've written a novel, which I haven't got published yet. I'm working on that. I volunteer my time for a nonprofit in my area. I also volunteer for a political campaign for my favorite presidential candidate. I actually organized the largest independent event for that candidate in my state. I'm pretty proud of that. I dabble with web design and coding. I enjoy board games. I think that they're fantastic and very interesting. When you are playing a board game and the hair on the back of your neck stands up, I think that that's like the most amazing feeling. When it's like that eureka moment. It's so good. I love board games. And I love the medium of film, video, whatever. I've been making videos with my friends since I was a kid. I was always the director. I was always the one, coordinating the stunts. I was always the one guy behind the scenes, getting people to act, getting people to do what I told them to do. Right now, I'm in the process of helping my friend Jessica start her own YouTube channel. More info on that as it happens. Yeah. So that's it for now. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on.
I'll make it right, that's all she heard all day and night. And we made a promise to all of us to keep us honest. Failed sex and cold water